driving social change through a very special initiative around road safety. I'm joined right now by Mr. Jyoti Malhotra, the MD of Volvo Car India. Jyoti, thanks for joining us. And Dr. Subodh Kerkar, who's a renowned artist. You've showcased to us this very special art, which is the zebra crossing. So, Dr. Subodh, if you could just talk to me about, what was the idea behind this initiative and, collaborating with Volvo and, to spread the message around road safety.
No, basically, I believe that the function of art is not decoration, it's communication. Artists are senses, receptors, and transmitters of ideas in a society, and art can be used very beautifully for basically communicating a message. And when I was requested by Volvo that let us be part of this road safety week and promote use of zebra crossing, I was very happy to associate because I think this collaboration is a collaboration for good of the society. At my age, I don't really do collaborations for selling things, but this is selling an idea, selling something which will help the population. So I was happy to put together all this, and I'm very glad that I was.
Jyoti, your thoughts, we've seen the nature of road safety really. I think it's very much, it's sort of incumbent upon all of us to sort of spread awareness and improve the level of road safety in the country. Volvo being a pioneer brand, it associates rightly with safety. So your thoughts about it, where do you see yourself in forward to spread, to amplify the message even further and sort of elevate the level of road safety in the country?
So you see, I think for safety, when it comes to safety, I think Volvo is very deeply rooted in our DNA. And we look at how do we think about safety, which is just beyond safety inside the car, right? And obviously, it is important that we protect the people who are sitting inside the car, but it's equally important to protect people who are outside the car. And the whole ecosystem has to come together. As a company, as a OEM, we would like to do what we can do. Government do their bit. But I think what we are doing now is giving a message, as Dr. Subodh also just said, to the society. I think there is a need to really understand and value that all this is being done for safety of the individual. Whether you are inside the car, on a road, walking, driving, a two-wheeler or a bicycle or just walking, I think safety is for everyone. And unfortunately, India has the highest number of road accidents and deaths. So I think globally we go after I would say not exactly with ambition, but I think end result should be that one day we can get to a situation where nobody is, I think, is fatally injured or even seriously injured while on a road. And we would like to do our bit, whatever we can. And I think at this point of time, we are giving this message through art. Art is so popular. People, when said in a simple word, people don't sometimes understand. But when it is conveyed in form of an art, I'm sure the message stays. And I'm sure that such collaborations really help us to give the message for the larger society of what you have done. I think in the recent past, when we are going through this whole road safety month, road safety week, we have done two collaborations. One with Mandira Bedi. You saw that video where she talks about most ignored feature inside the car, which is seat bit. And then the most ignored painting on road. Both of them are actually meant for safety of the individual. And we always try to do what we can do to spread these messages in the best possible manner.
Dr. Subodh, you're an artist and you're also a medical practitioner. So, from your perspective, like Jyoti said, that, art is one of the easiest ways to sort of make it very broad-based and make a lot of people understand the importance of road safety. What do you think are the key reasons that people sort of ignore these important things, or the zebra crossing, the sequence, for example? If you get slightly into the human psychology, what do you think? I mean, why is it so rampant, especially in India?
I think it's education. This education should start right at the kindergarten. It's very important. And art has to also play some role in it, because the best way of communicating an idea to children is art. There's a wonderful book which was inspired by Gandhiji actually, which is called Art as a Basis of Education. And art helps in communicating. When you come to, for example, my museum in Goa, Museum of Goa, we narrate history using art. And history might be a bit boring to understand in school the way it is taught, but when you see it presented through art, I mean, nobody forgets this. So I think it is important to use art, play, equally important to communicate these ideas of road safety, not littering. There are so many basic things which we don't follow, which are sort of very important as citizens of this country. And these are not littering, following traffic rules. This can only happen through education.
So do you think that, like you mentioned, that it should begin from the kindergarten stage itself? Do you think intervention with small kids at the school level is very much important in driving this entire change?
Absolutely, because later on it becomes very difficult to imbibe these ideas. I have driven with my own friends uh, who are, in a way, so-called educated, and I have seen them breaking traffic rules, so throwing a plastic water bottle out of the window of my car, and then saying that, oh, so just shrugging their fingers, what's wrong? But this happens because there has not been enough education at the kindergarten level and at the school level. So that is very, very important.
Right. So the right sort of nurturing from the very beginnings is very important. And Jyoti, I mean, beyond this collaboration, how do we see Volvo sort of taking it even further? And do you think that enforcement also has a lot of role to play in this? I mean, we have a lot of laws, but at the end of the day, it's enforcement also which really matters. I mean, that could also be a deterrent in people, sort of staying within the realms of the law.
So I think enforcement does play its role. I think, for example, now we have cameras in Delhi, which makes people do this out of fear. But I think enforcement will do only so much. I think, and I totally agree. I think education is the most important part. We also keep doing such things because we go to schools and we are not out there to give a message that, okay, to sell our cars. That's not our path. When you go to a school, the idea is to spread this message as like we say, catch them young. So impact their mind when they are so young. They really, and I think what we do now, we go to schools, and I would like to do the same thing through your channel to all your viewers. That anybody hearing this, and when we go to school, we do the same thing. That everybody should take a pledge that whenever you are sitting inside a car, please wear seatbelts. It doesn't matter where you are sitting. Not only yourself, but all people around you. Whether you are sitting in the front, the rear, you are in a taxi or a private car, wherever, just ensure you yourself and everybody else in the car who wearing a safety belt. So that's one pledge. Another pledge now based on this is don't make this most ignored painting. Make it most respected and most, I think, used painting. We should use it, respect it, and imbibe. And I think together with enforcement, education will make a big difference. Because kids can not only get impacted themselves, they influence their parents and people around them, and we can make a big difference. So in my view, I think it's a coming of enforcement and education together, but education will be much more stronger medium to sort of convey this message to the society. So this has to change at a habit level. It is not about doing it once, but it is about, I think, taking and imbibing that deep inside. And I think education can only make a big difference. And we will keep doing what we can do at our level to convey the message, but we would request you to also urge all your viewers to sort of imbibe this very deeply.
Oh, definitely. And also one other aspect I want to touch upon is technology. Now we're also seeing a lot of technology coming into our vehicles, advanced driver assisted systems, ADAS. This is sort of the buzzword right now. What role do you think technology is going to play going forward? Is that also going to bring people into this particular circumference of staying within the norms and not overspeeding, not stopping on the zebra crossing, not crossing a red light? So, but what role do you think technology is going to play as well?
See, I think technology will ultimately will play a very important role. Seatbelt is a technology. LiDARs are coming. LiDARs are next technology. There are radar-based safety features. There are ADAS. So much features. And I think these technologies will definitely play their role in ensuring better and better safety. But again, I think technology can really support when you really respect it. For example, a seatbelt, if you don't respect seatbelt will not save you. It will not save you. Even you have spent so much money on your car, buying a car with those features. Same applies to ADAS. See, you cannot depend purely on technology. Technology will play a very, very important role. But in the end, I think it has to come from inside. I need to have a mindset of safety, then I care for myself, I care for my family, and I care for the society. And that mindset is the biggest change. Obviously, technologies are developing, which can really help you while you are inside a car or you're around the car. But I think we are talking about safety on road, which goes much more beyond safety just inside the car. And obviously, I think as our company, we are developing technology every day. There is now this concept of we can imagine a world going to future where cars talk to each other because it can call it V2X. Vehicles talking to everything. Vehicles can talk to vehicle can talk to signal, vehicle can talk to zebra. Then I think this enforcement will become automatic because there are cameras. If you violate, you will get naturally challaned. I think all this technology obviously will help. But I think let's look at India. In India, I think we are having the highest number of road safety issues, fatalities, and it is because of ignorance. And again, we go back to the same thing. I think the technology, enforcement, all these things can play a role, but I think education can make a big difference. So I think all these things will keep helping, and I think education will make a big difference.
Lastly, Dr. Subodh, how do you see the industry, from an artist perspective? How do you see brands like Volvo and the auto industry in general can sort of do more things to sort of spread this awareness? And like Jyoti just mentioned, it has to be a fundamental shift in the mindset, really. So, your
I
last,
think
last.
what they have done is already great, and they already mentioned that they're doing this kind of program in the schools for training, educating children. So this thing should continue, and I'll be very glad if more and more art is used because I believe that art plays a very important role in this. Technology also plays an important role. A little on the lighter vein, when Volvo in 1959, discovered the three-point belt. They never thought the Indian traffic department will earn so much of money out of that in the form of fines. So the fine, of course, is there, but to wear traffic, the belt, I think it is important to educate or have a technology where the car will not start unless you wear a belt. But that's a bit difficult.
We find a hack for that. I guess.
So basically, it should be a holistic approach, holistic education, quality, I say, and pick this come together.